What's up, guys? I was doing over here today. I will be doing my Gandora Chaos Hand Trap deck, and before I get started, I was like messing around and stuff, and like I know Millennium Packs came out like a while back, basically, and so I like Gandora a lot because I know he came out like a long time ago. I think he was like in a 10 or something. I don't remember, but all I know is that he's really boss. I just love that destruction effect, so I decided to create a deck that kind of revolves around him. And so, like, this deck is pretty good. It has a high win ratio. This is better at, like, locals. If I wanted to play a deck like this at, like, regionals or something, it would have to get some major upgrades. And also, I will have the, deck list in the description below. So, I'm going to just get started. Okay, first off, we're running 2 Gandora Dragon Sorcerer. Now, the reason we're running 2 is because, like, you can easily reoccur him. Like, just recycle him so easily. So, like, running 3, you can... I'm not gonna lie, this deck kind of breaks sometimes, but unless he opens up consistently, then you won't have that issue. But really, he's a really good card, because you pay half your points and just blow up the field, and you basically get a monster that has high attack. And so, like, his only problem is that, like, he's destroyed at the end of the turn. But I've found, like, many ways, and so we run 2. Next, we're running 1 Blue Eyes because you want to. He's a 3K beat stick, so you want to like have him on the field, just so you can have something on the just sitting there. So he's pretty good. For our Chaos engine, we're running 1 Chaos Sorcerer. You can easily bring him out and pop stuff. Like just get off here. 2 wyverbusters because you want to. This deck's pretty consistent if you open up right. And like having these search out each other and stuff is good. Then we have the 2 black dragons. 1 Eclipse Wyvern because like you can send this to your graveyard, then you banish your Gandora from the deck. Banish him with black dragon or chaos sorcerer, and then get Gandora into the hand. Next, 1 Keeper design. I love this guy so much because you can just use him and you basically have another card on field for Gandora to gain attack for because he casts a Suchi, so a dragon type monster. Then another good thing is that since Gandora at the end turn will be destroyed by his effect, and he's in the graveyard, or if he's in your hand somehow, you can special summon him to the field. And basically just have something to protect yourself with, if you don't have any of the hand traps, which I'll show you later. So he's really good for that. Next, 1 Paladin to search out the Gandora, or if we like don't need to, we can get Blue Eyes and stuff and just... You can get those to the graveyard for Gandora's in it, and you bring recurred Blue Eyes, which is good. For draw power, we're running 2 Cardcar Ds, because you want to try to draw into Gandora as much as possible. And so, like, I'm running 2 of those. So I'm running 1 Tragoedia. So, I don't have Gores, which I would run over Tragoedia, because Gores is a little better. But he's also really good too, because like that, the fact that he can take control of opponent's monster is really good. So I decided to run Tragoedia. So he is pretty good. Next, for our main, for some more of our hand trap engines, triple swift scarecrow. You can easily get that into the graveyard. 2 effect veilers. You want to negate effects as much as possible, like especially going up against cards like monarchs and stuff. Effect failure is really good. 1 Kuriboh because you actually just want to have 1 just in case, like on first turn. You want to conserve your life points because Gandora is going to be making you use a lot of your life points, so you want to conserve a lot. Next, 1 Battle Fader. Only run 1 because with Swift Scarecrow it's not a problem, and plus he gets banished anyway unless you discard him somehow. So he's just really good for just like 1. So I'm running 1 of those. Okay, for our spells, 2 MSC. You don't want to get struck with Solemn Warning or anything that just messes you up, like Breakthrough Skill. So at least have it taken care of. 1 card is something. Now I'm running 2 Dark Eruptions to reoccur Tragoedia, or basically any of the major dark monsters like Kuriboh. Usually only Gandora I use this for our Tragoedia. It just depends, but really good card because it makes Gandora recyclable. 1 Night Beam just as extra back row precaution. I'm running one dragon ravine and terraforming. So yeah, terraform such as this, and this is so good because you can say send creeper, keep her shrine to the grave, send Gandora, dark eruption, recur Gandora, bring him out to the field, destroy everything. During inface, he's destroyed, and then you get keeper. And then if you have another dark eruption, you can add that one back to your hand. So it's really good. Next, one trading because Gandora can be dead in hand or with blue eye. Using this to send cards to the graveyard is good for draw power. One advanced on, so if you don't want, if you don't have keeper and you don't have any hand traps, and Gandora's out of the field, just advance draw him and you'll draw 2 cards. And hopefully, which is good, I usually do get a hand trap by using this afterwards, so it's really good. And usually I get like Scarecrow. Next, one sword. So this is something, if you don't want to run swords, then that's okay, because I would. So there are 2 ways I decided to go with this or Soul Charge. Soul Charge, you spam the build, and that's the build of the deck where you want to run an extra deck. With this build, you don't want to. You just want to bring out Gandora and go for game. So swords is just for stall. So I am running that. Then one dark hole just in case like Gandora's off and you don't have any hand traps. You want to blow up the field and stuff. So it's really good. For our traps, one mirror force, because this is mirror force. There's a target, so that's good. Magic cylinder for more game stuff, and so scrap iron scarecrow for stall. So with him, you just keep setting him, which is good. So like if you bring Gandora out, basically this also stalls time for him and it gives him like you have something on the field at least. One breakthrough skill because effect negation is essential, so you have to run stuff like that. Next, 2 call haunted. This is for like Tragoedia and Blue Eyes, mainly those 2. There's those only 2 cards you actually want to get from this, so I am running 2 just to have them onto the field. So yeah. Then my final 2 traps are 2 Solemn warnings. So this deck you do pay a lot of life points. That's why I run cards that prevent you from taking damage. And running these 2 cards are really good because they just prevent your opponent from summoning stuff that can mess you up. And as I said, I'm not using the Soul Charge build because that's too many light points, and I want to still conserve as many as possible. So I went with the Swords of Revealing Light build. So this deck is really good. It has a high win ratio. Like the only lost like once so far with this deck, which is really amazing. Usually I lose a lot with other decks, but this deck is really good. So I definitely love it. If I'm thinking about like taking out Blue Eyes and putting in a Gandora X when I get one, or like Pandemic Dragon or something. There are a lot of cards you can run with this deck, but it's really up to you how you want to build your own deck. So this is Zuno Orphan signing out.